Welcome to another episode of Gen 5 Rustomods. I'm your host Dave White, and we're in the shop today with the 67 Red Camaro, which we're going to start wiring. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Gen 5 versus Gen 4, we're going to point out a few things for you, okay? So here's the beginning steps of wiring or rewiring. In this case, we don't have any wiring, so it's new wiring. You can use any number of kits. This happens to be the Speedway 22. Also American Auto Wire. I have a Highway 15 and Highway 22. They're all about the same, but I like this one because it's priced reasonably and it's good quality and all the wires are labeled. So what I've done here today is let's see if we can see down in there. You can see where the hole is. Where's the hole? Right over there. And that's where the wire's going. So you've got brake switch, headlight switch, ignition switch, radio heater, turn signal, instrument cluster, rear body, engine compartment, and accessory. There's your main. These are the bundles that are right here. So once you figure out what you want and where it's going to go, then you just slowly start rolling them out. So in this particular case, it works really nice because Camaro's actually got a little gutter right here. There's a metal piece that goes over, and that's where you run all your wires to the back and up and over. So we'll be taking a couple of short videos on each section as we go along. Alrighty, now this is what we accomplished today. It was a lot of work, but you may find it intimidating, but it's not. So here is the Speedway 22 fuse panel hooked in. There's only 2 bolts. They're quarter 20s. They're 3 inches long. I punched a hole and have a cover on it. I'll show you the other side. And the front wires have been run through for your headlights, turn signal, etc. up front. So I want to go over what is involved in here. This is the Gen 5 harness from Swap Time. This is the start ignition system right there. And this is the ODB, the onboard diagnostic connector that hooks up to the BIM 102. So the BIM 102 is up here. You can't see that. Yeah, the BIM 102 is the CAN bus for Dakota Digital that reads all the signals out of the ODB, the onboard diagnostic connector. And this end right here hooks right into there. And then here we have our pedal. There's 2 different pedals. There's the truck pedal and the car pedal, and they're slightly different. They're the same connector, but the pins are swapped. So he gives us either one, which is nice. On the back, you can see that's the main harness. This is the main fuse panel right here for the engine, just like the connecting screws from GM. That has about, I think, 10 or 11 fuses in it, which is just for the engine. This is the muscle car module that he makes, which includes tap shift, tow haul, backup lights, and PWM for your alternator. And then if you can look in here, there's the E92 back there hanging upside down, and the T87, I don't think I can see it very well over here. T87 is up there. So those are all the major components, including the Dakota Digital bus. And it looks like a lot of wiring. I guess it is, but I mean, I've done it so many times now that I'm not intimidated by it. So one of the cool things that he does is label all these wires, which include your ignition and tap shift and AC turn on, all these different. This one's the fuel pump. It's actually wired and ready to go. It has its own relay, its own fuse panel, so I don't have to use that out of this one. So let's take a look up front. I can't really see very, so you can see where the wires come out. Over here, I built a little plastic cover that goes over the factory connection, put a grommet in there, and then these will be covered with this woven mesh stuff. Not sure what it's called, but it's a wiring harness surround that's mesh. Looks pretty good. So that's the what it comes out, and then we'll hide all the wires in the chase behind the fender well, and they'll come out front. So up front here we have, I've got one interference in the, can't really see it really here, but this wire here, the connection for the alternator, it's up against the frame. I have to relieve that. Then this is the connection for PWM, fan control. That's a single wire, and that is the on-trophy radiator that I'm using. We'll get that in the next day or two. So those are the major connections, along with this is your mass airflow up front here, and your throttle. And of course, this is the LT1, which I think that's my favorite engine right now to work on. So we'll catch up with some more tomorrow.